Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you my December completed, I laugh at that word, but December completed pages. Most of these are like whips and they literally have like almost nothing left to do on them. It's just I needed to get the video out and I'm just kind of, yeah, over it. Although some of these I will be working on just to finish up, so you'll probably end up seeing them in January's. So the first one here is I had featured this artist in my last Etsy haul. It's Maida. Now these are generated, AI generated images. So like her books, or their books, I don't know if it's a he or she, you get quite a few images for like $3, but you have to kind of go through and see which ones make sense, because some have like wacky patterns on the nose, or the hair just like stops and then starts down here. So I was kind of selective at the ones I was working with, but yeah, I started this one, and the hair is with Black Widows. Everything else is Prismacolor, and I was just waiting for my gelato background to dry so that I could do the pine needles up here and then just go back over with Posca for the little snow dots. That's literally all that's left. So I'm going to be working on that because that's just pathetic. Then I got the December calendar. Now, Yana Press for Rina has a calendar for every month. And so this time I just used my Spectrum Noir Tri-Blends, and I didn't finish this either. All it needed was like some gold pen accents, some white highlights. I don't know what was wrong with me this month. It was a very stressful December, Christmas and just everything. So yeah, I started off strong, like finishing each one. You can even see little glitter accents, and then I'd say about day 10, yeah, that's kind of where it went downhill. Most of it's colored though, so okay. Then I have this beautiful one that's also still a whip. This is from Rina, also known as Coloring Books 2020. This was one again where I just was waiting on the background to dry. This is gelatos as well, actually. I think I did all of them in gelatos. The hair is Black Widow. I really like Black Widow for hair. Not as much as Pro Color, but there's more colors to use with the Black Widows because they hold their point, but they have a sheen to the wax, and so it makes the hair look a lot better. So yeah, everything else is Prisma, and then I was just waiting for this to dry to finish off the little stars. And the little dots I was actually going to do with, like, I think stickles. I don't know if I want to do snowflakes, because all these other pages have, like, little snowflakes. But I was thinking, like, gold and red stickles. So I need to finish this one up. This was done with Prismacolor. I normally don't do darker skin tones, just because I'm still learning and all new to it. But this was my first attempt, and I don't think it turned out too bad, actually. So I'm going to keep trying to perfect that one. All right. So this was one of the Sarah Renee Clark palettes. I just scrolled at random through her Christmas ones, and this is the one I got. And all I had left was I was doing the background, again, waiting for the background to dry. And then I was going to come in and fill these little baubles, and then I was going to do something on an outline here. And I just didn't get there. Everything's colored with Prisma, and the wings have some Spectrum Noir glitter, but it's not showing up. So yeah, this one's like, literally, I have so many whips this month that just need, like, it was basically, I was getting the backgrounds done so that I could do other things. Speaking of which, here is another one. Does this one have kind of some wacky hair things going on? Not as much, but there's like weird things in the jacket that you kind of just have to color and say, you know what, I think that's jacket. But yeah, the hair was okay in this one. Oops. as you can see up here, I actually started work on this. I was flicking out the pine needles after the gelatos had dried, and I just hadn't finished it. The hair was also with Black Widow on this one. Everything else is Prismacolor, her skin and everything. So yeah, I just need to go back now and do the little dollops for the snow and then the pine needles, and it'll be done. This one, I started filming this as a color along. So this is Holly by Micah Jelena. I even have the 3 reds that I was using for the flowers. And you know, it just got so busy, and I think December I was almost feeling like pressure, not from anybody, my own pressure, me, to do things, and I didn't want to do them after that. So yeah, and this happens every December. If you go back to my other December completed pages, I was just like burnt out on the Christmas pages. And I think that's what happened. I just burned myself out on coloring. So this one here is from Mariola Budek's Wedding Hair Inspirations. I was trying a new combo with my polys, and it's not too bad. But unfortunately, me being the dork I am, I went to put my Pablos away, or at least that's what I told myself in my head. Put the Pablos away, which you'll see here in a minute I had out for another hair combo. And I accidentally put my polys away, and I didn't write down the hair combination. So I'm going to have to go through, flick out all my polys, or just reprint this and start over. I'm leaning towards the reprint because I'm not worried about losing any progress. I love doing hair, and honestly, some of this was kind of sloppy anyway, so yeah. Okay, this one, yes. This one I stopped because it had some wacky things going on with the AI drawing. So like, see her hair? It's like looping around here. And then this is part of her coat. But then like her hair starts here again. I was trying to like make it work. and then I was just like, you know what? This one's just too wacky. And the grayscale was really, really heavy here. So I'm going to reprint this one and use my eraser and just erase it out because it was just way too heavy. So yeah, that's why I didn't finish this one. And to be quite honest, all of the images from this artist, again, AI generated, they're all pretty much the same. They are a hat, hair, jacket, and then something with a background. So you are basically repeating it. But this image is really, really cute. And I do want to redo it. It's just I'm going to have to erase some things and fix it myself. The hair for this one was Black Widow, but like I said, the grayscale was so freaky dark. Like this is all black from the grayscale in here and here. I just need to erase some out. Yeah, this is another one where I was, it's a really cute image, but I need to go reprint it and modify it. This was with my Pablos, but as you can see, so see her hair is coming out right here, and it's coming out below here. This part makes a little more sense than this one here, and this here. But like I said, I kind of burned out the images in general, because it's like the same thing over and over. But then I also noticed the grayscale was a little too deep in some of these areas. So I was going to have to go back in and erase that anyway. So I'm going to reprint that one. This one was another one. I just got started on it and I didn't even think about it, but then I noticed, I don't even know what the heck this is right here. This is AI for you, but the nose I had already erased some of the weirdness on it. Her hair on this side makes sense, other than it's got some really weird loops to it. But then the hair over here, I was coloring, and then I'm like, wait, there's just this piece of hair. What? And it looks like it's coming out of here. So yeah, and then there's just like this random doodad here. So some of these AI ones, I mean, they're cute, but they're AI, so yeah. Anyway, I did start a page in here with Black Widows. So this is Home for the Holidays, Teresa Goodridge. It's on that crappy new paper, but the Black Widows take to it really well. And I just went with traditional Christmas colors. I was doing what I do with pine needles. So you basically just flick them out and ignore the lines. So I flick out in there and you ignore the lines. And then when you do it all, and from afar, it looks really nice and full and fluffy. But by the time I started this, I was just like, you know, I'm over it. So I'll save that one for next year. I have all the colors written down. And yeah, that was with Black Widow. And I think that's the only one there I did. Okay, I do have 2 finished. So I broke out the flower year because I've been doing so many portraits lately. I think I might be burning myself out. I don't want to say I'm burning myself out because I love portraits and I crave coloring them. But already, like, we're the 2nd day of January and I've been coloring non-portrait pages lately. So I broke this out at the end of December. And these are segmented by month. But I was like, you know, I feel like taking a break from the portraits. And I think all those AI portraits kind of burned me out. So I grabbed my polys. I typically use polys or oil-based pencils in this book. I like the way they respond to the paper. And yeah, so this is mistletoe. I know the berries are typically white, but I just didn't like the way it would look. So I made them red. And then I just did the pine again. So here with the pine, if I show you up close, you can see how I completely ignored all the lines. They were like big, fat, funky looking lines in there. See, there, just ignore them. You don't need to white them out because it's so busy from afar, you don't notice it. It's only up close. But yeah, I did finish this. I was going to give it a background, but I thought it looked fine the way it was. Almost kind of like a journal entry. So I liked that one. It did take a while to get the pine needles, and you know, with polys you gotta sit there and layer, but hey, I did something that wasn't a portrait. Speaking of portraits, I did this one at the beginning of December, and it was my favorite one I did all month. Everything turned out perfectly here. I did the background with gelatos. Again, this is by Rina, also known Coloring Books 2020 on Etsy. And I had this one from last year. And so I was like, I really want to color it this year. And the hair is with Pro Color, but everything else is Prismacolor. And I just had so much fun with this one. The skin turned out really nice, just how I wanted it to. The knitting work, I basically approached knitting like I do hair. So that's how I got that realistic knit look. So if you don't mind spending several hours flicking a Prisma, then you can make knitting patterns. Oh my gosh, it took so long. It took longer than the hair. And then by the time I got to the fur, I was like, I don't know. But yeah, this one is done. So between that and Flower Year, those are my only done images. But it was really cute, fun to do. I just used gelatos on the background again. I think it was because I had like a whole bulk of them to do. So I just pulled out all my gelatos and I'm like, let's go. And then I just added Posca. So this is one where I actually finished it. But I think it turned out super cute. So yeah, officially only 2 things done. Lots of whips, but this is my favorite. I love it. I'm probably going to put this in a frame and stick it on my wall because I really love how the knitting work turned out, and gosh darn it, I don't know if I'm going to do that again ever. So the only bummer is I hate how the image got like cut off here. So it's like her hair goes into nowhere land, but whatever. It's still super, super cute, and I liked the way it finished. So I hope you guys had a more productive December than me. And as always, let me know what your favorite is. Obviously, this is my favorite. This one took me a few days, but I had so much fun. This one I still also had a lot of fun. But I love my portraits. I think those Meta AI ones burnt me out for this season. So yes, January, fresh start, fresh month, fresh year. And so I'm going to be tackling a lot of different things and kind of branching out a little more, but I'll still be doing portraits because you guys know I can't resist those. But yeah, that is my December completed pages. So until next time, everyone, take care. Bye now.